wanna play?
Yo, what's going on, everybody? And welcome back to the Film Archives, where we break down movies. That way I can answer the question for you, was it worth watching? I upload new videos every week, so be sure to subscribe for more movie breakdown stuff just like this one, and settle in and grab yourself a warm drink as we make our way into another spooky fall. And seeing as how the free section of YouTube movies has been absolutely killing it lately, I thought we could watch the original Child's Play. Let's get into it.
Give me the power, I beg of you!
Set in the late 80s, our movie starts off with an awesome action-packed police chase. We're introduced to a detective by the name of Mike Norris as he chases a fugitive serial killer, Charles Lee Ray. He chases him through the streets of Chicago, and eventually the detective shoots Charles Lee Ray in the leg. We then see a man by the name of Eddie Caputo, who is an accomplice of Charles, just drive off and leave him, so he kind of ditches him, causing Charles Lee Ray to flee into a nearby toy store. And can we just appreciate that Charles Lee Ray has some serious style? Like, look at them gator shoes. Look at them gators. And bruh, this guy has to have the best villain voice of any movie ever. Like, just take a listen.
No matter what!
Incredible stuff. Incredible stuff. Being shot by Detective Norris and now dying, Charles Lee Ray then performs a voodoo ritual chant type moment type situation deal that actually transfers his soul into a nearby good guy brand talking doll, which is inside the toy store. Basically, this is a Voldemort Horcrux type situation moment type deal. So it's, give me the power, I beg of you. It's pretty cool. Also, I wonder how this movie would have played out if he chose to put his soul inside something else, like, I don't know, like a dinosaur toy, or like a slinky. Maybe even the detective who was chasing him? I don't know. Maybe there are rules to the voodoo after all, so I don't know. Suddenly, the store is then struck by lightning, causing a crazy-ass explosion. We then see the detective, Mike Norris, find the lifeless body of Charles Lee Ray lying right next to the good guy's doll. So it's not good. It's not good. It's not good at all. We are then introduced to Andy, the 6-year-old son to a widow named Karen Barclay. And she's a Karen. So yeah, there's that. It's Andy's birthday, so we see him open up his presents, which leave him a bit disappointed because he wanted a good guy doll and he didn't get a good guy doll, so it's pretty sad. We learn that Karen, his mother, wasn't able to save up enough money in time to afford one for him, so this is just sad. Like, can we start a GoFundMe for this kid, guys? Come on, like, GoFundMe, link in the description below. I'm just joking. Can you imagine? While she is at work, Karen's friend and coworker, Maggie, informs her that there's an unhoused person outside who is selling a good guy doll. So naturally, Karen goes outside and she buys the doll to give to Andy for his birthday. Could this be the same doll that Charles Lee Ray was found lying dead next to? I don't know. We'll have to find out. We'll have to find out. After work, Karen gives the doll to her son Andy, who's just super juiced to have the good guy's doll, who actually is able to speak, so it introduces itself as Chucky.
Hi, I'm Chucky.
Chucky, bro. And we all know. I mean, if you know, you know. Later that night, Maggie winds up babysitting Andy for Karen while she goes back to work to cover a shift. This is when we see Chucky come to life and he attacks Maggie, hitting her in the face with a little mini hammer, which is kind of funny, but it's like total hammer bash bros status, bro. But yeah, this causes her to fall out of a 6-story window and, ultimately to her death. So rip, see you later, Maggie. See you later, Maggie. Karen, returning home from work, walks into the crime scene where we see the detective from earlier. Detective Mike Norris is actually the lead investigator on the murders. The detective notes that there are small footprints on the counter, and he believes that Andy may have been involved and may have been responsible for Maggie's death, so it's not good. However, Andy claims that he had nothing to do with it and that the footprints actually belong to Chucky, and that his doll was the one that was most likely responsible for Maggie's death. So, of course, they don't believe him. Of course, who's going to believe a 6-year-old kid who's saying his doll is killing people? A bit later that night, Andy tells his mom, Karen, that Chucky actually told him his real name, and that his real name is Charles Lee Ray. Bruh. fuck no. And that the doll was sent down by his daddy from heaven to play with him. And honestly, at this point, if my kid said something to me like that, I would get rid of that damn doll. Like, I don't need no Island of the Doll vibes up in my house. No, thank you. Nope. You motherfucker's gotta go. Go! He's got to go. I would put that motherfucker in the fire so quick, bro. Like, you have no idea. The next day, Chucky actually is able to convince Andy to just like ditch school and dip out from his class, which is insane because he's a 6-year-old kid. And he convinces him to take a train ride to like a rundown and super bad neighborhood. And I'm not really sure how no one reports a 6-year-old kid all by themselves. But yeah, there's that. Also, if anyone watching is from Chicago, are there really neighborhoods like this? Like with just abandoned houses where criminals and, crackheads can just squat inside of? Like, I don't know. Let me know down below in the comments if this is accurate. Because I gotta know, bro. I gotta know. Chucky then uses his ninja doll skills to sneak into the abandoned house where his accomplice from earlier, Eddie Caputo, the man who left him in the van, is actually hiding out. It's insane. Chucky then uses the stove to fill the house with gas, and then eventually Eddie Caputo shoots at him, and this causes an explosion. This is basically Chucky's revenge for Eddie abandoning him. It's insane. It's revenge!
Revenge!
It's good stuff. It's good stuff. After the house explodes, Andy is then found by the police, and once again, they consider him a suspect and are, kind of suspicious of him, who, I guess, possibly caused the gas explosion in the house, which, like, come on, dude, he's 6 years old. You really think this fool has the wherewithal to cause, like, a gas explosion? Come on, man. I don't know. Karen is then informed by the police who found Andy that he's actually going to be admitted to a psychiatric hospital for observation, and it's not good. It's not good at all. So afterwards, Karen returns home with the Chucky doll, where she discovers that the doll actually has no batteries. And if you've seen this movie when you were younger, like, this is such an iconic moment. Like, nostalgia hit. Boom, baby.
Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna play?
It's sick, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy. But yeah, the doll has been speaking and moving and, walking around on its own without the good guy batteries in it, which is not good. It's not good. Karen then threatens to throw Chucky into the fireplace, if he doesn't speak, which causes him to violently come alive, and he attacks her, and then he just quickly dips out and freaking scampers away. It's insane. It's insane. Karen then tracks down the Detective Mike Norris, and she tells him about the Chucky doll coming alive and attacking her, claiming that Andy is actually innocent, and he's been telling the truth all along. But, of course, the detective does not believe her story and thinks that she, too, is also insane.
What are you talking about?
Karen then decides that she's going to search for Chucky on her own. So she tracks down the unhoused person who actually sold her the doll in the first place for more information on where he got it. But instead of him helping, he just attempts to assault her and do some naughty things to her. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. Luckily, Detective Norris shows up just in time and he saves Karen, and he even forces the vagrant man to talk, and he admits that he stole the doll from the destroyed and burnt down toy store where Detective Mike Norris killed Charles Lee Ray earlier. Basically, Charles Lee Ray is back for his revenge. Revenge! The detective, Mike Norris, is still a bit skeptical on the entire situation, moment type deal, so he decides to return to the police station and pull the files that he has on Charles Lee Ray. And as he's driving home to go over these files, he's actually attacked by Chucky in his car, and bruh. Chucky's laugh is literally so iconic that it is legendary, my guys. Like, it is legendary. Fucking hilarious. Chucky attempts to stab him while he's driving, which is actually pretty funny and very entertaining to watch. And for some reason, the detective just keeps driving his car instead of, just pulling over and stopping, which is insane. And he eventually actually flips his car. Like, dude, just hit the brakes and stop the car. What the hell? It's so stupid. So they have a brief scuffle, and the detective, Mike Norris, eventually winds up shooting Chucky. Honestly, the visual effects here aren't terrible. They're really not. Chucky, of course, manages to evade capture by scampering away with his ninja doll skills, and he decides to track down his former voodoo instructor, whose name is John. So he tracks him down and demands to know why the doll can bleed and why it feels pain, even though he's in a plastic body. His voodoo instructor, John, tells him that the more time he spends inside the doll's body, the more human the doll will become. So it's not, I don't know if that was worth it. Like, maybe you should have put your soul in the dinosaur body. At least then you would have been like, you know, chomping things down. You could have been a little mini dino and like, yeah. The voodoo instructor John actually refuses to help Chucky and claims that he's an abomination against nature.
You're an abomination.
And he even attempts to stop him. But he's eventually stopped and tortured by Chucky, who just so happened to have a voodoo doll ready of John. So, yeah, he had prepared this ahead of time just in case. It's nar-nar, dude. It's nar-nar. Chucky uses the voodoo doll and actually tortures John and eventually forces him to reveal how he can escape the doll's body. So we learn that he must transfer his soul to the first human that he revealed his true identity to. And oh, that would mean that this is the 6-year-old kid, Andy. Terrible. Terrible. Chucky then just stabs the voodoo doll of John, leaving him for dead, and then leaves to go track down Andy. So it's not good. Not good. Having been a known accomplice to Charles Lee Ray, Karen and the detective Mike Norris are actually able to track down the voodoo instructor John, and they arrive just in time to see him like bleeding out. However, before he dies, John actually is able to warn them about Chucky wanting to take over Andy, and he tells them that the only way to actually kill Chucky is by destroying his heart. So somehow Chucky is able to track down Andy, who is actually in the psychiatric hospital, which, you know, I guess that's just by the grace of God. But it's pretty funny to see the little doll walking up the stairs to the hospital. So there's that. So Chucky breaks in and pursues Andy, and he even eventually winds up killing Andy's doctor with like an electroshock therapy, which is just barbaric. And this is just another level of brutality, guys. It's insane. Andy manages to escape and he runs home, where Chucky follows him and he knocks him out with a little baseball bat. And the little baseball bat's pretty fun. It's pretty fun. Chucky then prepares to possess Andy and, you know, transfer his soul into Andy. Karen knows that Andy would only run home because she's told him if anything ever happens to just run home. So luckily, Karen and Detective Norris arrive just in time to stop the voodoo ritual. Yeah! We then see Chucky attack the detective and he knocks him out using the little baseball bat. And again, I love this little baseball bat. Like, I would love to buy this as a prop. Like, maybe I can just hang it like on the wall here. Like on the wall right here. I think that would be badass. But let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Karen then shoots Chucky using the detective's gun, and her and Andy are able to eventually kind of get the upper hand, and they even lock him in the fireplace and they set him on fire. So it's crazy. It's crazy. Like, I don't know how many times has Chucky been burned? Like, if you've seen all of the Chucky movies, let me know how many times have they lit this motherfucking doll on fire. I gotta know. Karen and Andy attempt to help the detective Mike Norris, who has like a few wounds and has been, you know, assaulted by Chucky. And it's at this moment that Chucky's body just disappears. It's not good. It's not good. So we then see like a charred and just disgustingly burnt Chucky rise up once again. Revenge! And he just attacks Andy, and it's pretty nar stuff. But luckily Karen shoots him in the head and, you know, like shoots off a couple of his arms and legs, which seems to stop and kill him. So yay, revenge! It's good stuff. It's good stuff. It's at this point Detective Mike Norris's partner, I guess his name is Jack, he arrives and he doesn't believe them at all about Chucky. And, you know, he's kind of like, I don't believe you. I'm going to go check out the body for myself. So he goes and gets, you know, the burnt head from Chucky. And it's at this point that the rest of Chucky's body just bursts through the AC vents and it attacks him. And it's insanely terrifying, guys. Like, I don't need no little animatronic doll trying to strangle me to death. It's crazy. Detective Mike Norris finally decides, you know what? Maybe I should shoot him in the heart like the voodoo instructor had told me to, you know, really stop him. So the detective Norris, he shoots Chucky through his chest and in his heart, and this seems to finally kill him. And as Chucky is dying, we probably get the best line of dialogue ever written for any movie ever made.
I'm Chucky. Wanna play?
Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna play? It's so good. It's so good, you guys. We then see the group leave and make their way to the hospital so they can treat Detective Mike Norris. And then the film freezes as Andy looks back at, you know, the charred remains of Chucky, just completely traumatized. And yeah, fade to black. Sha 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 sha. The movie ends. The movie ends. So, was Child's Play worth watching? I would say yes. I feel like this movie is a cult classic for a reason. It's one of the OG animatronic movies, if you will, and I feel like it kind of paved the way and, you know, kind of set the meta for like later movies and games such as, you know, like Five Nights at Freddy's, Willy's Wonderland, and the plethora of other Chucky movies, and even the sci-fi series that came later. Honestly, if you haven't seen this at least once in your life, you definitely should. I mean, it is a cult classic, and it is free here on YouTube. So yeah, if you're a Chucky fan or you want to pay respects to the classics, you're probably going to love this movie, and by all means, you should watch it, and I hope that you enjoy it. And for the time that this movie came out, like, the visual effects are honestly incredible. Like, the scene with the burnt Chucky is actually amazing. Like, it's actually amazing. Also, it's really good for hitting that nostalgia vibe. Like, it's just top revenge. It's really good, guys. It's really good. Although the one thing that has always bothered me about the Chucky series is, like, yes, he has the soul of a killer, you know, and yes, he's a human and a doll, but he's still doll sized. Like, you can soccer kick that motherfucker across the room, or, you know, you can trap him in like an upside down hamper and weigh it down with heavy objects, or you could put him in like a cat or dog kennel and just kind of lock it up. And I don't think he would really be able to escape, but then again, this movie came out in 1988, so I guess for the time, it was pretty goddamn scary, you know? Alrighty, pals and gals, that wraps up this video. Thank you all so much for watching. I truly appreciate each and every one of you who watch my videos. And if you enjoyed this video, remember to hit that like button. And if you're new here, subscribe to the channel for more breakdown stuff just like this one. Much love to you all, and peace! Yo, I'm motherfucking Chucky, Charles Lee Ray, coming at you like you just wanna say, hey, I'm gonna kill everyone in a single fucking day, transfer my body, live another day, put my soul in a motherfucking good guy's doll, coming at y'all with a motherfucking little knife, little bat, coming at you like you just wanna go click clack, killing them, stacking them up, getting them bodies super high, just like me, I wanna say hi, I'm a good guy, and I'll be your